It's God's side and the other side. Say what side you on, say why you don't like the other side, and then get to the game. And this is the age of truth, and it's up for all of them. It is all catching hell in 2024. All lies will be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
So I appreciate the spirit of the question, but I'll tell you, I've often been asked this question in a way that I've had to respond by first saying that I think it's very important to not operate from the assumption that black men are in anybody's pocket. Black men are like any other voting group. You got to earn their vote. So I'm working to earn the vote.
Kim, I told Harris you're fired. Don't nobody really want to deal with a liar. We ain't voting for that hoe. We ain't voting for that hoe.
The most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed.
Fracking? She's been against it for 12 years. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yes.
So would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes. And I've, again, worked on that. My values have not changed.
She wants to confiscate your guns.
I support buybacks, and it's something I'm so passionate about and so looking forward to being president to address.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory.
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
You can't do it by executive order any more than Trump can do things when he says he can do it by executive order. Does the vice president have a point there?
Some things you can.
Well, I mean, I would just say, hey, Joe, instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can.
My values have not changed.
Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison.
Why does your ideology have to be something that I gotta bow to and live by? If I don't affirm your identity the way you like it, you call it a hate crime. With all due respect, I got a difference in opinion and morals I live by. And I will not sacrifice that for the sake of your feelings or walk on no thin line. Somebody tell me what we've come to, where we going or what we gonna do. Cause common sense doesn't seem common no more. It's considered as old views. This feminist movement got people so sick I can prove it. Look what the Olympics is doing. They put a grown man in the boxing ring fighting a woman. Just take a while, guess who is losing? Out here fighting for equality, denying basic biology. We gotta agree on at least fundamentals in order to rebuild society. Racism is not a big issue today. For you, if it is, then you make it that way. Our ancestors went through some hurt and some pain. What you call racism ain't close to the same. This a conversation we don't have. We promoting division but mean well. When we say unity, it's sad. We only mean people who skin black. Now how in the hell does that bring us together? And some of y'all Christians, you gotta do better. We murder each other all day in the streets, then brag about it in a rap on the beat.
Said she supported taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She also said she
Taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants.
She
actually said she supported that.
Am I the villain or the bad guy? Cause I think a man ain't a girl and a woman can't be a damn guy. Am I wrong to refuse a damn lie? And men competing in women's sports is proof that we done lost our damn mind. Our common sense has dumbed down now. See, they creating genders, now you gotta ask what they pronouns by. Are you a non-binary, sea serpent, fish scale, LGBTQ, rainbow, Asian, or cis male? This getting out of hand. No, this is not the plan. Surgeries and pills she eat don't change the fact she's not a man. He spent a lot of stacks for fake breasts and all of that, but none of that could change the fact he was born with a ball sack. Indoctrination trying to change minds, from company policies to children's cartoons. Boy, I ain't lying. Don't wanna get canceled, better stay in line. Don't speak up, cause if they disagree, they gon' call it a hate crime. But spreading hate at the same time. See, they delusional. The distance from them and truth is so spaced out. Let's talk about leaving the states now. But that's the easy way out. We gotta stand up, not lay down.
My values have not changed.
Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
We're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. Let's remember Charlottesville. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists.
Stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist.
Equitable treatment means we all end up at the same place. The most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed.
But in the area of reparations for descendants of Africans enslaved, if you elected president, would you sign that bill if it came across your desk?
When I am elected president, I will sign that bill.
As soon as you, as a person, decide that you're not going to lie anymore, and that whatever problem that you have, you're going to deal with that problem right then where it presents itself, it'll show you a whole new side of you. It's very important. It's very important. When you lie and allow lies, for some people it's just, oh, I'm just a little delusional. No, it's dangerous for you to do that to yourself. It's very unnecessary.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
But in the area of reparations for descendants of Africans enslaved, if you elected president, would you sign that bill if it came across your desk?
When I am elected president, I will sign that bill.
Nobody knows why liars lie.
Why did y'all pass a law only for Asians? Why did y'all pass a law only for Native Americans? Why did y'all pass a law only for transgenders? Why did y'all pass a law only for LGBTQs? Why did y'all pass a law only for immigrants? If you can't do anything just for black people, this is what she said. It came out of her mouth.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
If you can't do anything just for black people, how was it possible for you and President Biden to do all these other things for specific ethnic groups in this country?
Scamala told Harris, you're fired. Don't nobody really want to deal with a liar. We ain't voting for that hoe. We ain't voting for that hoe.
Under the Democrats, right? Because Kamala's in right now.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I don't know, people are so stupid. Like, okay, is the country good right now? No. Okay, who's running the country? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris? Okay. So if the country's not good right now and she's running it, why would you vote for her? Quavo? Idiots. Stupid. She's in right now. What the is wrong with you guys?
These promises she's making, why ain't she doing it right now?
She's the number 2 in the United States as we fucking speak. And that's some other dummy. Well, Myron, you know that the vice president doesn't really do anything, bro. I think you're a smart guy, but this is bad and crass. Well, listen, dumbass. Last time I checked, Biden's not really running the country. He's not.
He's definitely not on Twitter.
Not at all, yeah.
Right, yeah.
He's not running
I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight.
If Black Lives matter to her, why didn't I matter?
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom. And I don't agree with what she's done to other parents as well.
My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
I'm so proud of you right now. Because you walked all the way down here and I wasn't expecting you to walk.
My daughter, Shayla, suffers from sickle cell anemia, a chronic, painful genetic disease.
As a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick.
It's a very sharp stabbing pain and it hurts a whole lot. Like from my chest all the way down, it hurts, including my side.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
Kamala's horrible policies hurt mothers like me and the Black community. My name is Sheree Peoples, and this is my story. I am a single mother. I've worked as a certified nursing assistant and a caregiver. My daughter Shayla was born in 2002. When she was born, she was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia. It affects all major organs in the body and also causes extreme pain. First heard of Scamala Harris when she got elected California Attorney General.
We are putting parents on notice. We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
She wrote a report saying truancy was costing California schools $1.4 billion a year in funding.
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding. I want money.
Scamala then wrote a law making it criminal for parents if their kids miss school time. Scamala even wrote a book called Smart on Crime.
You can read an excerpt from the book that she just plugged shamelessly. It's called Smart on Crime.
Talking about arresting parents for truancy.
I sent a letter on my letterhead out to every parent in the public school system.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Scamala Harris saying we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. It was like a crazy intimidation tactic.
I'm going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
It was April 18th, 2013, in the morning. I'm in my pajamas. I had just fed my daughter, gave her medications, sent her off to school. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house and they started banging on the door. I opened up my door and 2 officers entered my home. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. They said I was going to jail. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Scamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
Then they handcuffed me. So they take me outside for what you call a perp walk. And oh my God, the TV news was there, the newspapers were there. You could swear I had killed somebody. It was degrading and humiliating. I was taken to the Criminal Justice Center. They took my mugshot. I was fingerprinted like a criminal, and I was terrified. The next day, the Orange County Register showed the pictures of my arrest. They even had a close-up picture of my hands in handcuffs to show here's a Black mother being arrested.
It was a truancy rate at over 2.5 times that of white students.
Everyone knew most truant kids were Black. I think Scamala Harris wanted me as an example to threaten other single Black mothers, like, this can happen to you if you don't get your kids in class. The police even put out a press release naming me and other Black single mothers like Toya Daniels who got arrested the same day. But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges: failure to supervise and encourage school attendance, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I couldn't believe it. They framed my daughter as a gang member and basically charged me with neglect. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Scamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
Like 10 different prosecutors. They kept pressuring me to plead guilty and spend a year in jail, but I kept refusing because I did nothing wrong. All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my Shayla. I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
Truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We never sent a parent to jail. And no parent went to jail. And we did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
It's ironic because Scamala helped raise money to bail out murderers, rioters, and thieves. But she thought I belonged in jail because I had a handicapped child. To me, Scamala is fake. She just repeats stupid things like unburdened.
What can be unburdened by what has been? What can be unburdened by what has been? I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
I found out she only became Attorney General because she was a mistress to the married San Francisco Mayor, Willie Brown.
Are you his daughter?
And today I see she tries appealing to Black audiences by putting on fake urban accents.
And we're gonna do it again in 2024.
Black people are very down to earth. This is insulting to us.
You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Scamala, how stupid do you think we are? And I saw Scamala's Twitter photo. That's from like 20 years ago. She's 60 years old today. Even with the heavy makeup, you can see she's 60. I seen her pretending to be talking on the phone, avoiding the press. She's a terrible actress. Is calling young people stupid.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
With Scamala, we can't even say Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
The laugh is so insincere.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And yeah, I am radical.
All this woke and radical stuff doesn't do anything for me as a single Black mother. All it got me was inflation that hurt me and my kids. Grocery store prices are crazy. I can't pay for food on my income.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
Black people has been in America for 400 years, but Scamala pushes us to the back of the line behind illegals. Why? As borders are. She just filling up our schools with kids who don't speak English just so they can get more government money. Illegals get free health care, but I have to pay. They get free housing, and I'm struggling to pay rent.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
And it's more dangerous in our neighborhood. We don't need Venezuelan gangs.
To this day, at 22 years old, I suffer from full paralysis on my right arm and partial in my right leg.
Scamala Harris owes me an apology and my daughter an apology for what she did to us.
Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Scamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
And Greg, you noticed something else about Vice President Harris tonight, that she didn't answer the question about flip-flopping.
Yeah, so
because they went over 5 or 6 examples.
Agreed. And the question you have to ask yourself is, this is a big election, so what you're looking for is truth. You're looking for what the person believes. What we saw, however, is watch her. First of all, her elbows are at her side. When she's given the chance to answer the flip-flopping question, she brings up a topic she says she didn't flip-flop on. She doesn't address flip-flopping. She covers that up. And we see that. Watch her elbows. I told you. See that hand on the right is getting smaller? When people believe in what they're saying, they hold their hands and they extend their fingers and their thumbs and their elbows away from their side. When they do this, you should be suspicious. That's creating an exoskeleton for themselves. So what we didn't get, in my opinion, is clarity.
And I will not be voting for Scamala Harris. Why? Because my vote has nothing to do with me being Black. My vote has to do with the fact that I like safe and secure borders. I'm not a fan of inflation, and I like a president that puts America first. And that candidate for me is Donald Trump, and it's time that people be so honest, whether you like the man or not. We need Donald Trump in 2024.
Yeah, don't let these people mind rape you and mind screw you into forgetting about the fact that Scamala Harris said that she wouldn't do anything exclusively for Black people, and then turned around and did something exclusively for Asian people, and then turned around and did something exclusively for white Jewish people. Like, let's just be honest. Like, just because she's Black don't mean I want to vote for her. Like, what is she going to do? Like, we need to stop voting for people just because they Democrat, just because we're scared of the Republican representative. Ooh, the Republican boogeyman. Yo, these Democrats ain't done nothing for black people unless you bourgeois black people. You know what I'm saying? But if you at the bottom, they have done nothing for you. But guess what? Those same bourgeois black people that basically get all the benefits from the Democrats, right? They get the jobs, they get to this, they get to that. Those same bourgeois black people haven't done anything for their own people as well. So
for the people who plan on voting for Kamala Harris this upcoming election and genuinely want her to win, I need you to beware of doing these specific things. And I'm not making this video to discourage anyone from voting for her. You're allowed to and have the right to vote for whoever you want for whatever reason you want, whether that be a good reason or a bad reason. But if you truly want someone to win an election and genuinely think they should be the president of the United States of America, you should at least have good reasons for that. With that being said, please stop giving these specific reasons as to why you think Kamala Harris should be the next president, because not only are they bad reasons, you're actually damaging her chances of winning. I'm voting blue no matter who. I'm voting for her because she's black. I'm voting for her because she's a woman. And I'm voting for her because she's a black woman. Those are obviously bad reasons as to why you think someone should be the next president, because party affiliation and random identity markers don't tell you anything about someone's ability to effectively lead a nation. But also, those are just horrible reasons to give on a strategic level, because if those become the most prominent talking points people use to advocate for Kamala Harris, those will be the exact reasons a large population of voters will vote against her. Some people already plan on not voting for her because she's a Democrat, and I'm sure there exist some people who won't vote for her because she's black or a woman or both, so you're not winning those people over with these talking points. But you're also not winning over any moderates or independents or really anyone who thinks critically by presenting those as the best, most profound reasons to vote for a candidate. If anything, you make people more skeptical and hesitant to vote for your candidate by saying things like, I'm voting for her because blue, or I'm voting for her because race and gender. Also, you're adding fuel to the notion that she's an unqualified DEI hire by mentioning none of her qualifications and only focusing on her characteristics that are relevant to DEI. So if you want Kamala Harris to be the next president, your best bet is to come up with good, legitimate reasons why that should happen and make those spread like wildfire, not the bad ones.
Oh gosh, do you remember when Kamala Harris, she had that radio interview with Breakfast Club? It was released. We talked about it. She admitted that she smoked pot when they asked her if she was pro-legalizing marijuana. She said, of course I smoked marijuana. Half my family's from Jamaica. Are you kidding me? Well, her own father had a problem with that. But listen to what she said on The Breakfast Club.
They say you oppose legalizing weed.
That's not true.
I know.
and look, I joke about it, half joking. Half my family's from Jamaica. Are you kidding me?
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like
And I inhaled. I did inhale.
Okay.
It's really hysterical for the former attorney general of that state to talk about doing something illegal, laughing about it, giggling about it, and trying to get some traction for it. Among the people that were upset by it, her dad, Donald Harris, from Jamaica, an economics professor at Stanford University, says this: my dear departed grandmothers, as well as my deceased parents, must be turning in their grave right now to see their family's name, reputation, and proud Jamaican identity being connected in any way, jokingly or not, with the fraudulent stereotype of pot-smoking, joy-seeking, and in pursuit of identity politics. Man, what a blast at his daughter who wants to be the next president.
No kidding. He added, and he had sent this statement to Jamaica Global Online. He said, speaking for myself and my immediate Jamaican family, we wish to categorically disassociate ourselves from this travesty.
Yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and get some shit off my chest, because for about the past, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe, I've seen a lot of black celebrities and media personalities and so-called journalists make it their business to try to shame and denigrate and shit on and insult the intelligence of black men because they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. They are actively out here villainizing black men for not wanting to vote for Kamala Harris. And I said it before, and I will say it again. They think they own us. They think they own our fucking vote. They want us to believe that we have some sort of obligation to them, that when it's right for them, we should play identity politics and vote for her because she's black. And now they're pushing the narrative that we're dumb, that we're uneducated, we're misinformed, we don't know what the fuck is going on. And the crazy thing about it is, it's the complete opposite. The people who are running away from Kamala Harris are the people who are informing themselves, who are researching, that actually know what the fuck is going on and just not letting themselves be told any goddamn thing. That's the reality of the situation. So, you know, it's astonishing to me to see it though, where you have these people, they sending out these black women and these boot-licking ass men, right? The Van Joneses, the Bakari Sellers, the Roland Martins, right? The D.L. Hugleys, even Plies, and it's a whole bunch of them who are trying to shame black men for thinking for themselves, because that's all they doing. We're thinking for ourselves. They're just like when a slave owner didn't want you to learn how to read. Because once you learn how to read, you have knowledge, and knowledge is fucking power. And that's the problem. No, watch MSNBC. Don't do no thinking. Let us tell you what to think. Huh? Don't you want to see a black woman president? Don't you want to see somebody who belonged to a sorority? Don't you want to see a black woman get sworn in by a black woman on Martin Luther King's birthday? A whole bunch of token shit that don't mean a goddamn thing. That's what they want us to vote for. Y'all out your motherfucking minds, man. I was listening to Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley talking about in regards to black men, they not doing the right research. What? Who the fuck you talking to, Ricky Smiley? They not doing the right research. So because we're thinking for ourselves, we're not doing the right research. We're supposed to listen to you. That's the right research. And we're going to just keep seeing more and more of this shit. Joy Reid telling black people, you're going to look weird. What the fuck? We in the 6th grade? Don't nobody give a fuck about looking weird. We worrying about the issues, the economy, our communities, our children, our futures. What the fuck you talking about looking weird? See, that's the dumb shit. See, that's for weak-minded people. And they just going to keep going, bro. You get all the narratives is going to keep going. Sellout, coon, traitor, you hate black women and all that cool shit. Bakari and Van Jones up on CNN crying and boo-hooing. Don't nobody give a fuck. Too smart to fall for that shit, man. So y'all could keep rolling that shit out. We gonna keep standing 10 motherfucking toes down. The fuck out of here.
I am literally having my own campaign to show the world that Brandon Tatum isn't the only black person that think that that Kamala Harris is completely silly, and that the Democrat Party really don't have a stronghold that they're trying to allude to, or they're trying to deceive you into believing that they have. They really don't, man. I ain't never seen this many black people, to be honest, making videos on social media saying, look, I'm not with them. I'm not with her.
Love the black man until he wants to think for himself, till he wants to form his own opinion, until he stops seeing himself as a victim, and then he becomes the enemy. And I'm watching this shit happen in real time. It's happening right now. And all you got to do is keep your eyes open, pay attention, and you can see it clear as day. This shit is real. So I'm saying all that to say, if you an actor, a rapper, a comedian, or anything else, you're not going to dictate our decision by calling us names and trying to make us feel bad. Fuck you.
I don't know why I be so disappointed sometimes, because it's not like I don't already know. It's not like this is something that's new to me. We've seen this play out time and time again, and then we sit here as men, or as men that operate in our masculinity, because there are some men that's obviously following they girlfriends, they wives off of the front of a cliff. We sitting here, we acting like we surprised when we see people get up here and tell us what they really feel. Now, I'm appreciative. I'm very appreciative when I talk to people or I talk to women and they tell me, listen, Anton, I don't care what you say. It doesn't really matter what the logic is. You can explain to me till you're blue in the face. But when it comes back down to it, policy don't matter. Politics don't matter. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is I'm voting for Kamala Harris based off of the fact that she's black and she's a woman.
Hey guys, it's your girl Melanie, and this is Anton Daniels. I actually know Anton, but he speaks in the sentiment of what I've seen nearly categorically of the majority of black men. When it comes to Kamala Harris and it comes to the Democrat Party, there is a gender war. It's bigger than just the black community. Let me just say this. Across the board in most Western countries, I did a video on this some months back about how there's a gender divide where women are voting left and men are voting right. And we're talking about in every country you can think of that you are seeing the dynamics of men and women going completely different politically. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I used to talk about feminism and all of that on my channel a lot. It goes very deep, but there's an agenda to divide men and women. I think the place that it is most divisive, believe it or not, is South Korea, where you see a steep, it looks like Pac-Man's mouth when you, talk about how South Korea is between the divide between men and women politically, and men going right or conservative and women going left or liberal. But what I see in the Black community across the board, and I've been on social media, I'm trying to gather up as much information as I can. I've gone on different posts on Black accounts, such as like the Shade Room or Spiritual Word, or, places where I see Black women in particular, or Black people congregate. And Kamala Harris is getting cooked for the most part. If you go on YouTube and a lot of videos that are in the Black community and are talking about politics in any way, she's getting cooked, particularly by Black men. Now, there's Black women as well, but a lot of them see this as just another token, and that they no longer want to feel like they have to vote blue no matter who. They want to use something other than race in order to identify how they're going to vote. They definitely don't want to go by gender. But one of the biggest things that I've seen that Black men have felt disenfranchised by in the Black community is when it comes to liberal politics in the left-wing media, left-wing politics, is that they don't like men. They want to elevate women above men. This is a huge sentiment. You see this so much so in the dating market. That's where I cut my teeth in, and you will see in the dating market, there's a huge divide between men and women in the gender war, and it's all driven by the left. Wherever a woman feels, it's like this divinity is given to a woman, and whatever she feels, thinks, says, does, because she's woman, she's better. Because she's a woman, she's oppressed. Because she's a woman, she needs to break through glass ceilings. And that men, more and more things, it's not that women should be equal to men, it's that women are really above men is the sentiment. Now, if you're not entrenched in these conversations or any of this, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, or this is not something you relate to. But I promise you, this is what is going on.
It took Kamala to go back to stripping. Cause on God, your image don't match a politician. Kamala told Harris, you're fired. Don't nobody really want to deal with a liar. We ain't voting for that hoe. 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 Now everybody say Kamala told Harris. 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 Kamala told Harris.
What's your favorite curse word?
I can't say it. It starts with an M and it ends with
Don't nobody want to hear your laugh, ho.
Not assuming I'm going to have it because I am Black, but because the policies and the perspectives I have understands what we must do to recognize the needs of all communities. And I intend to be a president for all people.
Y'all want to know what I find funny? I thought they said Trump was supposed to be the dictator.
I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours. They could lose time from work, and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. All because of the swipe of my pen. Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed.
In 2008, I was framed for murder and wrongfully convicted by the office of Kamala Harris, sentenced 50 to life in prison. It took me 5.5 years to ultimately get back in the trial due to prosecutorial misconduct, and it took me another year to go to my second trial, to which I was vindicated by a jury of my peers. When I got convicted, Scamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I got sentenced 50 to life in prison, Scamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I look back and I seen her, she was smiling. And she did that stupid ass laugh that she do right now. This shit ain't funny.
I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours. They could lose time from work and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. All because of the swipe of my pen. Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed.
This man was sentenced to 50 years in prison for a crime he didn't do, and Scamala Harris laughed at him. Jamal Truelove was awarded $13 million for spending 6 years in prison after being framed by the police. He was wrongfully convicted for the passing of his friend. When he met Scamala Harris is when his life turned upside down. Jamal shared his story about how him and Scamala saw each other once, and what happened is shocking.
I looked and I seen Scamala Harris. We locked eyes and she laughed. She literally just like kind of bust out laughing.
Jamal felt betrayed and heartbroken that Scamala didn't defend him in court and thought she would be there for him. When asked if he was going to vote for Scamala for president, he responded with no, I won't be voting for Scamala Laugh and Lie Harris. Do you think Scamala is wrong for this? If you were in Jamal's shoes, what would be the first thing you do when you were proved not guilty?
Scamala Harris, you incarcerated an innocent black man when you are half black, half Indian. Scamala, we revoke your monopoly access. Specifically because you abused the go-to-jail card too much. Scamala, how dare you abuse the go-to-jail card? You played it too many times, Scamala. We will never forget what you did to your own people. Scum!
I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours. They could lose time from work and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. All because of the swipe of my pen. Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed.
It looks like Scamala really likes that pen, and she likes the power behind that pen.
Specifically as it relates to what we need to do, to your point around economic opportunity. Yes, I started way before I was at the top of the ticket what I called an economic opportunity tour, focused on black men.
Oh, gosh. Do you remember when Kamala Harris, she had that radio interview with Breakfast Club? It was released. We talked about it. She admitted that she smoked pot. When they asked her if she was pro-legalizing marijuana, she said, of course I smoked marijuana. Half my family's from Jamaica.
The last person that we need as president is you. No, I'm sorry, but your skin color and big smile won't do. You ain't fit to be no president, and your past service is proof. Just look at the border. Since you've been over it, you letting everybody come through. It's estimated that about 15 to 20 million people came in illegally under your watch. You're supposed to tighten that border, but you done caused too many leaks. Look at Chicago and Denver and New York City too. Just ask Oakland, this migrant crisis done hit them too. You digging inside of the taxpayers' pockets to give an illegal a home. How are you tripping? This can't be real. This who you Democrats really vote on. I'm starting to see that they really don't care about no policy. All that they see is a race. As long as your culture is black and your skin is like mine, you get my vote. They need it, man, and they still don't see the truth. Snake in the grass. Scamala, she a snake in the grass. Snake in the grass. Snake in the grass. Scamala, she a
I am pro-woman. But in this situation, I don't think that she's going to win. I think it's good for entertainment and us women and Black women at that. But as far as you men, Black, whatever color, I don't think y'all are going to allow it. I don't think y'all are. And I think y'all are going to band together with your votes and vote against her. That's what I think.
Would you vote for? Let me ask you a question. Would you vote for?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm going to just be real honest with this. She's a Black woman.
Yeah, because they skin folk, not Kim folk.
I think it goes back to what somebody was saying, where
do you not see how that's a bad idea?
Elaborate.
Okay, so we're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they are in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco, ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They're literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on what city that you in. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more Black men than ever before. But we sitting here and vote her in office on identity politics. The very person that she was under as far as the president of the United States of America, she called him racist during a debate, which shows you how fake she is. And the only thing that we can stand on from a policy perspective is whether or not she's Black and she's a woman. We did that during the Obama administration, and he didn't do anything for Black people. As a matter of fact, y'all complain because the only person that he did, or the only group of people that he really stood for, is the alphabet community, and that's his landmark thing that he's still standing on today. So the only thing that we have to stand on is identity politics. That shit didn't work with Tiffany Henyard in Dayton, Illinois. It didn't work with Karen Bass. It didn't work with Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. It didn't work with Brandon Johnson that then took over her position in Chicago. It didn't work with Andre Dickens in Atlanta. It didn't work with Eric Adams in New York. It doesn't work across the country. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole.
Kamala Harris, she not a real Black woman. And I just want to tell y'all, sister, this how I know she ain't no real Black woman. I ain't never seen her do this.
You're watching Key Talk Media.
There ain't no Black bitch if she ain't doing that. So we is not vote until we see her. She 2 years, she at least gotta be scratching her head like this for 2 years before she can get our vote.
We ain't voting for that hoe. Camel toe Harris, I ain't voting for that thought. She be playing on my peoples, they be sleeping on the plot. Whoever voting for that hoe, you a op. Trump 2024, we finna pop. We ain't voting for that hoe. We ain't voting for that hoe. Yep, lying Kamala. Don't ever tell the truth like lying Obama. We going through the roof in this election with the truth. People still sleeping on it after what we've been through. It's like, damn, Kamala already showing her colors. You dummies are voting for her. It's all because of her color. She not even Black. Man, I put that on God. Indian descent, but everybody's still lost. Border wide open, letting killers in the states. Better keep your eyes focused on Camilla, cause she crave crime bill in 94 ain't got nothing on today. She be legalizing crime and taught Biden how to play it. Y'all voting Democrat, ain't y'all tired? Hating Donald Trump, but Kamala is a liar. We ain't voting for that hoe. 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 Let's go and we ain't voting for that hoe. Lying Kamala Kamala never been to the border. Human trafficking, she wanna take all the men from their daughters. The sound of freedom is getting dim, leading the polls. Rappers like Quavo, celebrities believe in this hoe. And I say it in my captions, and I say it as a black man. And we don't care about them poll numbers. They ain't cheating again, we taking action. Democrats always trying to stick with that race card narrative, panhandle to the blacks. Different years, same plan with the Democrats. We interfering with God's plan to handle that. And I said with my chest out, loads of train, we the best out. It took Kamala to go back to stripping, cause on God, your image don't match a politician. Kamala told Harris, you're fired. Don't nobody really wanna deal with a liar. We ain't voting for that hoe. 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 Let's go in there. We ain't voting for that hoe. Now everybody say Kamala told Harris. 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 Kamala told Harris.
What's your favorite curse word?
I can't say it. It starts with an M and it ends with
Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Rap flow, deadly like an overweight fat Joe. Maga flow, got these lips tripping in the back, bro. This is for my people that you locked up in 94. Whoa, they gon' cheat, we already know the game plan. Dang, man, it's obvious she's communist, just wait, fam. Y'all gon' find out she about to make it rain, man. Dollar bills falling out for real with inflation. Face it, y'all just love Kamala cause y'all hate Trump. Y'all don't even make no sense, need to wake up. This election is a dogfight, can't break it up. Tell Jesus, give me healing, if I can shake it up. Don't nobody wanna this Kamala, they ain't brave enough. I've been tripping like a blunt when you lace it up. MAGA gang stay hot like you making love. Tell Kamala we will never let her take us up. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Everybody know you coming last, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Everybody know you coming last, ho. I ain't finna vote for this hoe, that's a no-go. Social security, she cutting it for show, bro. She gon' leave the borders wide open like her throat broke. Time rate finna go crazy, but they don't know. Oh no, immigrants coming by the boatload. It's gon' hit your bank and you gon' feel it like a stomp toe. Y'all gon' still vote for her cause her skin is cocoa. Even though the proof is in the pudding, people don't know. I can't hear this weirdo laugh for another year, bro. Watch Kamala sit and do nothing just like a scarecrow. Watch Kamala kill all her babies and make them fear, bro. I ain't finna vote for this wannabe black weirdo. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Everybody know you coming last, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Everybody know you coming last, ho. But Joe Biden said blacks are a problem. She ain't said nothing, she agreed and it cost us. 4 years put the country down like a sick dog. But y'all gon' still vote for her, I don't get y'all. Problem is, people still delusional without God. Sleeping on the most high is dangerous like code 9. I would never argue with a lib, I got no time. I'm too busy getting right cause it's showtime. Kamala, you ain't did nothing but run your mouth and treat us worse than the immigrants, kicking your people out. You love killing our babies and making us pay for aliens, raising up crazy taxes and blame us for going crazy, huh? She gon' bring back mandates and full control. I can't believe that she doing this, don't nobody know. Cause they always use division a way to control. What you expect from a fake black Indian hoe? Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Everybody know you coming last, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Everybody know you coming last, ho. Kamala, you a liar, you be lying. Kamala, you a liar, you be lying. Kamala, you a liar, you be lying. Kamala always lying, she be lying. Kamala, you a liar, you be lying. Kamala, you a liar, why you lying? Kamala, you a liar, you be lying. Kamala, you a liar, you be lying. Kamala, stop laughing. It's ugly, man.